Oh, there we go. If I could just take a moment of your time, guys, I kind of wanted to touch upon and revisit actually an old video that I did on comparing yourself to others, and we went over why it's healthy, why it's normal, and also we went over why it can actually stop you from ever reaching your full potential and how it can be a distraction, just totally be unhealthy. And I think one thing I forgot to touch upon in that video that I think needs to be addressed is that I think sometimes when we're really busy comparing ourselves to others and their situations, we tend to put our own personal accomplishments and our own milestones, we tend to devalue them. We tend to devalue what we're doing. And the truth is, a good comparison to this and how our 3D muscle journeys, oh, that is awesome, how our journeys in weightlifting, in bodybuilding, and powerlifting, how they should be absorbed and interpreted. So chocolate is a good way of going about this. So let's talk about chocolate, because I think most everyone who watches this go out on a limb and say that, you know, I think most of you guys like chocolate. So I like chocolate, you like chocolate, but we all taste things a little differently. There's some difference with your chocolate and my chocolate. We both like the way it tastes, but it's totally different. Our chocolate experience, while similar, it's different. There's things that you can appreciate about your chocolate that I can't. But who's to say that my chocolate's better than yours, right? Or that your chocolate is better than my own. So it's kind of the same way when it comes to weightlifting. You know, sure, you know, you might not have the same DNA as Josh Hyaduk. You might not be able to stumble upon a 400-pound squat like Bryce Lewis did at some point. But, you know, you have to appreciate the way you taste the chocolate, the way your journey unfolds, and not devalue your own milestones, whether it be in terms of development, in terms of the weight you're lifting, all those things. You have to really stop, think, and pay attention to just how tasty your chocolate is and how it was totally meant to be that way. You know, for example, I think Bryce Lewis got to his 600-pound deadlift in a pretty linear fashion. You know, it was just, for the most part, it was very straightforward. Just work hard, here's a structured plan, and do it. Whereas with me, it's something I've been trying to figure out for a while, and it's not something that comes really easy to me. So when I hit my 600-pound deadlift, you see how I said that? Because I'm really, really, really optimistic about that. So when I hit my 600-pound deadlift, it's going to be my own personal interpretation of that chocolate. It's going to feel totally different than his 600-pound deadlift. And just because, you know, he kind of just walked into it almost, or at least that's what it looks like to someone like me from the outside. You know, he might have a different interpretation of his chocolate, but it's going to be way different, and I have to appreciate that. And I think that's the one thing about comparing yourself to others and comparing yourself to the experience of others and what they're going through in their journeys, is that it can sometimes have you devalue what you're going through. And sure, you know, maybe you wish you would have started lifting, you know, 10 years earlier, or that you started doing things right 10 years earlier, whatever. Nothing you can do about that anymore. And your experience is your experience, and you need to take the time to sit back and enjoy how it's unfolding for you, and enjoy all the challenges and all your triumphs, even if they are not as impressive to others as they might be to you. So just I guess a video about smelling the roses, taking your time to smell the roses. Okay guys, that is it for me. I have a date with a big cup of coffee and some squats later tonight, but wanted to get this video out and just throw something out there that I think a lot of people out there have to hear, because you know, I go through this. I think we all go through this, and again, it's because it's normal and natural to compare yourself to others. But you know, use your powers for awesome, right? And not necessarily to distract yourself or belittle yourself. Okay, guys, that is it. Muchas gracias for making it this far. We have one more video for that question and answer series, so stay tuned for that one. All right, guys, bye-bye.